Are you new, Dad? Are you finding that your once ruggedly chiseled physique has morphed into more of a gelatinous, doughy mess? Or maybe you're a new mom with an ultramarathon habit, or maybe you and your significant other and your two scruffy mutts, Bert and Ernie, just like to go for casual jogs around the local park and don't want to stop when the baby comes along. Either way, I think I've got the stroller for you. Hey, this is John with Fathercraft. We review baby products and kid gear to help make parenting just a little bit easier. Now, in this video, we'll be reviewing the Thule Urban Glide 2, and the biggest question I want to answer in this video is who exactly this stroller is for, because there are a ton of different types of strollers out there, and this one ain't cheap, coming in at $699. So the Thule Urban Glide 2 was designed to maximize the efficiency of pushing the stroller while running. So let's talk about the different ways this stroller has been maximized for jogging or running purposes. First, weight. Now this stroller sans child is about 25 pounds. So for comparison, the Bob Revolution Flex, which is technically a jogging stroller as well, is 28.5 pounds. So over longer distances, that extra 3.5 pounds starts to make a significant difference. Now the specs say that the max child weight the Thule seat can handle is 49 pounds, but the overall stroller weight capacity is 75 pounds. So you can have a 50-ish pound child in the seat and enough capacity to run home with 25 pounds of groceries. The Bob, on the other hand, simply says the stroller can handle your child from birth to 75 pounds. To me, this is just Thule saying, what the hell is your problem? Why are you running with a heavy-ass child in your stroller? Once they get to be about 50 pounds, they're actually be running along next to you. So speaking of the seat, let's take a closer look at it. It's secured with a padded 5-point harness system with integrated ventilation, which is just a fancy way of saying it's a seat with air holes in it. Now the 5-point harness is super important for safety purposes. The more harness points there are, the more secure the buckle is. And on top of that, the buckle is pretty easy to unbuckle. Now the seat is indeed well padded with some nice airflow, but I do have a couple of bones to pick regarding the seat. More on that in a second. When it comes to reclining the seat, there's a convenient one-handed reclining mechanism. Now here are one of those bones I need to pick. When the seat is in its fully upright and locked position, it still seems to be quite reclined, which to me feels a little bit awkward. And again, I realize this is probably a deliberate decision to maximize aerodynamics and whatnot, but kind of a down point for me. Now the second of these two bones I need to pick is around the width of the seat. So the seat itself is very narrow, again, probably to maximize aerodynamics, but something that's definitely worth calling out, especially if, like me, you've got a kid who's carrying around a caboose on his backside. What will make the seat even more constricted is if you decide to put any bottles into the side mesh pockets of the seat. Again, that just takes away more of the width. Now, moving on to the canopy, it can be adjusted to multiple positions and includes a side ventilation window, as well as a peekaboo window with a magnetic closure on top. Underneath the seat, you'll find a relatively spacious basket. So after packing away whatever items you are bringing with you, like say, top of the line dad bag by Fathercraft, which can only be found at fathercraft.com/bag. You can use the cargo basket zip top cover to make sure everything stays on board as you careen down hills and over rocky terrain. Not that you can do much damage to the Fathercraft bag, as it's constructed with top of the line Kudora fabric, which also happens to be waterproof. Anyway, you'll also find an additional zippered pocket on the rear of the basket for even more storage. Now let's jump back up to the handlebar. The handlebar is wrapped with a soft foam padding and is also adjustable to accommodate different heights. Here, you'll also find a handlebar brake, akin to what you'll find on a bicycle or whatnot. So as you twist the brake, it will start to slow down the back wheels of the stroller, which is great for runners as you navigate tight turns, or if you're going down hills to help maintain a safe speed. So speaking of wheels, you've got 16-inch rear wheels, which are attached to a foot pedal brake to park the stroller. Now the wheels also sit on some pretty springy suspension to help navigate over tougher terrain. The front wheel can remain on a swivel for normal walking speeds, or can be locked into place to increase stabilization as your speed increases. Now when it comes to storing the Thule Urban Glide 2, there's a hidden folding mechanism under the footrest, and it folds fairly quickly and also can be stored easily in a trunk or closet or wherever you're storing it. There are also a plethora of accessories you can purchase for the Thule Urban Glide, but I won't go through all of them for the sake of time, but we'll have a link to those accessories in the description below. Speaking of links in the description below, there are also affiliate links. So by clicking those, it costs you nothing, but it helps this channel out significantly, so we would appreciate you using those links. Overall, I think this is a super stroller, especially if you are an avid runner. Now from that standpoint, I would probably recommend the Thule Urban Glide 2 over say something comparable like the Bob Revolution Flex because it's lighter and constructed to maximize efficiency when pushing at faster speeds. It also happens to be super responsive when navigating turns, and the handbrake is great in helping to control speeds when going downhill or making tight turns. Now speaking of the Bob Revolution Flex, we've got a video review of that as well, so you can check that out by tapping the link in the description or the handy button at the end of this video. All of that being said, should you buy this stroller? Now I'd say if you're a serious runner and are planning to do a lot of running with your kid, then yes, I would recommend this one over comparable strollers like the Bob. However, if you're looking for more of a hybrid-like stroller that can be used just as well as an everyday stroller as a jogging stroller, then I'd go with the Bob Revolution Flex. Both are great strollers, but to me the Thule is more tuned or specified for runners and the Bob is more tuned for everyday use. Now before I forget, just a friendly reminder to head over to fathercraft.com/bag to check out our ruggedly handsome, superiorly crafted bag for dads. If you're looking for more stroller reviews featuring my handsome mug, then head on over to our channel page where you'll find a playlist of all of our stroller reviews including the Bob, the Klugo, the Mockingbird single to double, the Up a Baby menu, and others. We'd appreciate it. Check those out. Also, stay tuned. We'll soon be reviewing the Veer Cruiser and announcing our picks for best strollers of 2023 very, very soon. All right, folks, that's all for today, and I will hope to see you in the next video.